Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome back to our Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Let's Play, where the first order of business today is to upgrade our party. As promised, it is something I've taken into consideration between the previous episode and this one, so the decisions have already been made, but I want to talk through them as I upgrade everybody. And yes, you guys are absolutely correct. I've waited long enough that I now have 2 ranks available. I apologize for the delay, but fact of the matter is I get so drawn into the events of the game that the upgrading falls by the wayside. And that's partly because I wasn't involved in the actual creation of the characters and their initial growth. So there's a bit of a disconnect there, I suppose. And that only exists because we are starting in Act 2 with this alpha build. It won't be the same with the actual final build and final playthrough of the game. But I digress. Let's get to work over here. Our strategist, the Rogue Trader, is able to get a new characteristic, or rather an upgraded characteristic, and a new talent. So in terms of characteristics, we only have a choice of 2, and I think intelligence makes more sense over here. I think it's a bit more fitting for his character than perception, though arguments could be made either way. Just going to make a call here, go with intelligence. And with regards to the talent, again, this screen is going to seem rather familiar by now. I'm not going to go ahead and get new weapon expertise or anything like that, and instead I'm just going to pick resting strategy. This means that if the strategist does not use grand strategist ability in their turn, using this ability next turn will cost no action points. This personal strategy also increases resolve by the strategist's fellowship bonus for 1 turn. Now, that latter half is irrelevant. The thing I like about this is the first half, because there are times when I don't trigger grand strategist, and this means that in a following turn, we'll be able to use it without having to spend the action point, and that should allow the Rogue Trader to, maybe get a better shot off or throw a grenade where otherwise he'd only have the single shot. So I like resting strategy for that. Let's go ahead and pick that, accept the selection, and accept these upgrades. And moving on to our lovely Heinrichs over here. As a Vanguard, he seems to only have access to an additional talent. I'm not sure what's going on over here. He has 2 ranks available as well, but I can only do 1 thing, it looks like. So let's go for it. Again, I'm not sure exactly why he's limited like that, but it's not the first time we've seen such a thing. Nonetheless, over here, I'm thinking we'll go with Combat Master. Enemies gain no bonuses for outnumbering the Combat Master in melee. I forget the exact numbers, but I believe if you are outnumbered 2 to 1, the enemies that attack you get a plus 10 to their weapon skill check. And if you're outnumbered 3 to 1, it becomes a plus 20, so on and so forth. So I'm pretty sure the game's taking that into consideration, and since Heinrichs is diving into melee with relative consistency, I think this makes the most sense. Nothing else here really draws me in. I don't feel like anything else is really necessary. Last Stand was piquing my curiosity as well, since we are taking more damage lately, but I think that's just a gut reaction to that battle from the previous episode, because boy, that one was rough. But I'm going to stick with Combat Master over here, accept that selection, and as you'll see, yeah, we can't do anything else even though we had 2 ranks available. If I hit accept, it goes down to no ranks available. I don't get it, but I'm assuming it's just an alpha bug, right? Over now to Abelard. Buddy here is a veteran. His first pick is an ability, and I think here we're going to go with hit and run. I'll be honest with you, I was kind of torn on this one. Not because one stood out as particularly interesting, but because none of them really stood out as particularly appropriate, I suppose. Hit and run allows us to, after a melee attack, move without provoking attacks of opportunity. If we charge to hit the target, then our follow-up ranged attack would ignore some of the target's deflection. So that seems interesting to me. Like if we charge in, get a melee attack in through the charge, then with hit and run we should be able to fall back and turn around with like the Melta Ultima or whatever the weapon on hand is, right? So that seemed interesting to me. Distracting shots is interesting too, but I don't think I'll ever use this ability actually. It reduces dodge and parry against melee attacks to the target that you hit with the distracting shots. Like, that's cool, I guess, but I don't think I'll ever use it. Combat Respite is bonuses to wounds and stuff. It's tied into right tool for the job, which is again something I've not really been focusing on, and Battle Fury was actually kind of tempting, but I think we'll get that for Argenta instead. So yeah, with Abelard we'll get hit and run, and let's try and remember to actually use it, and separate from that we can also upgrade a skill. Here our options are Awareness, Arouse, and Demolition. I'm going to go with carouse over here. It's his highest skill, so it makes sense, I think, to just increase his likelihood of success there, since nobody else is going to compete, right? So let's go ahead and fix that up and accept that, bringing this up to 80, and moving on to Argenta. Now with Argenta as a veteran, again, we have an ability here. Like I said, we'll get Battle Fury. So all the veterans' attacks gain an additional penetration bonus equal to half the current stacks of right tool for the job. So I can't recall how Argenta generates right tool for the job. I'm not about to go through this entire list to make sure she does. Oh, there we go, right tool for the job. If they make an attack with a weapon different from the last one used, well, they don't do that. But do I have the repetition? There we go, yeah. Attacking with the same weapon 3 times in a row grants a stack of right tool for the job. So she's always using her bolter, right? So she should be getting stacks of right tool for the job. And as she does that, with Battle Fury, we should see a penetration bonus equal to half the current stacks. So since it rounds down, when we have 2 stacks of right tool for the job, which means after she's used her bolter for 6 shots, 6 attacks, I should say, we'll then get a pen bonus of 1. That doesn't sound like much, I'll be honest. But none of the others stand out either. So Battle Fury it shall be. And we also get a skill. I guess carouse is the only option. Let's go for it. There are limits to how many times you can upgrade skills and stuff, right? So I think we're hitting some of those limits right now. We'll go ahead and accept that and move on to Cassia. Our strategist over here, perhaps predictably, is going to upgrade one of her characteristics. We'll go with perception here because sure, why not? And then separately, as a talent, we'll go ahead and pick resting strategy, just like the rogue trader. That sounds good to me. And again, just to be clear, there isn't anything else that I think is worth pursuing. There's nothing unique over here. So resting strategy it shall be. Accept that. And finally, Pascal. Now with regards to Pascal, there was a question with regards to why he's missing so often. And the answer to that question is yes, his ballistic skill is, relatively speaking, low. The way shooting works in Rogue Trader, if I recall the rules correctly, again, I'm a bit more familiar with Dark Heresy, but I believe those rule sets were like 90% similar, maybe 80% similar. So the way it works with shooting is your range is taken into account. Weapon traits are taken into account, but I don't think they're applying in the build right now, so we can ignore that. And then your ballistic skill is taken into account. So, for example, if you shoot from a point-blank range, I believe there's a plus 30 modifier to your skill, which would take Abelard's chances of scoring a hit up to 75%, which is pretty low, and that's from point-blank. From a regular range, from like the weapon's regular range, I believe you don't get a modifier, and from short range it's a plus 10. Either way, the modifiers are sure making their differences, but the base number here is pretty low. And that was part of the fun of Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader and stuff on tabletop. Is like, you start with, 30, 35, 40 as your like range of skills, so you will be missing shots, you will be missing swings, right? And that's where part of the fun comes from. And that's why you're seeing that reflected in the cRPG as well, where Pascal is often losing just because of unlucky dice and a pretty low ballistic skill, and plus we're not doing him any favors with regards to where he's typically shooting from. Sorry, I digress, but I did want to answer that question in the video itself, because I feel like it's a deeper look, rather I should say, into how the game system actually works. Anyway, he's our assassin, and he's going to get a new talent. I'm tempted to get Blood Hunt. Single shots gain plus 20 hit chance bonus against bleeding, burning, or poison targets. Again, plus 20 on that ballistic skill will be quite helpful on top of other modifiers and stuff like that. If we toss a fire grenade, we'll get a couple of enemies burning, so that could be cool. Apart from that, though, I was tempted by Studied Mark. Extermination Mark applies the benefits of Study Enemies ability against the marked targets. We mark targets fairly often, so that one sounds interesting to me too. Alternatively, Swift Movements. 2 additional movement points for somebody that we want to use in melee. You know what, actually? I was pretty sold on Blood Hunt, but now that I think about it a bit more, and this is why I like talking through it while recording, we'll go with Swift Movements, because he's not been able to get into melee. And sometimes he's not been able to close the gap to somebody who's in pain and needs his healing capabilities. So Swift Movements it shall be, so he can move around a little bit more quickly, use his Omniscient Axe, and then for characteristic, let's go ahead and actually bump up his ballistic skill, which is counterintuitive to the fact that he can move into melee a bit more quickly now, but hey, it is what it is. I think I'm fine with that. Weapon skill of 50 has been working out fine for him. Ballistic skill +5. One thing I will say that you can't do in the cRPG that you can do in the tabletop, again, if memory serves correctly, is the aim action. On tabletop, at least with Dark Heresy, if you take an aim action, I believe there were two kinds of aim actions. There was the half aim and the full aim. So the half aim took half your turn. It was a half action. And it gave you a plus, I forget now, +10, I think. And a full turn or full action aim means you can't shoot the same turn, but you get a +20 or something. Again, the numbers are a little fuzzy. It's been a while since I played it on tabletop, but that's something that is missing here. I can't recall if that's a difference between Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader, but once more, I digress. Sorry, I really like these tabletop systems, and the adaptation here is fantastic as well, so I get very excited talking about those systems. My apologies. Anyway, folks, leveling up is done. It's time now to deal with the Drukhari. I'm not sure exactly what we're up against. All our journal tells us is that there's a saboteur who might have boarded our ship after that battle at the end of the previous episode, so we'll see if that's literally one person or a group, but looks like there's actually a lot of loot here, too. Huh. Check this out. Lacerated bodies and tattered robes with initials of the local ship dynasty. You're an excellent fighter, sister, but, if I may be blunt, you're too impulsive. Is now the time for this conversation, Heinrichs? Your point is, my hand is guided by the Emperor. Every shot and strike will find its target among the ranks of the enemies of humanity. This is a really strange time to have this conversation, to start some friction just before we deal with a potential threat, well, a known threat, rather. By the way, what do we have here? Autogun. Go ahead and pack his cargo. I don't need an autogun. I assume these guys are all just carrying, oh no, a little different, shotgun. We're okay, pack his cargo. We got better equipment. More goods up over here. I want to make sure I don't trigger combat by mistake. Oh, there we go. Cabalite Specialist. Is it just you here? With 25 HP. You know what? Let's engage in combat and we'll deal with all the loot later, because it looks like this one individual slew everybody, and so when we leave, we'll get the prompt for all the loot, so let's not waste any time. Who do I want to send up? Argenta, burst fire to kick things off. That sounds reasonable to me. Get you up to there. The Rogue Trader up here. Don't want to get too close now, right? Oh. The bounding boxes were getting in the way there. Argenta, if you burst from here, we should be able to hit. I can't see my success chance, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Get Heinrichs up to here, maybe? Gotta be careful about moving too far forward. I've made that mistake enough times now. Let's get Cassia over to here. Oh, that should be fine. Avalard up over here next to Heinrichs. Pascal, I think you're fine where you are. Alright, Argenta. Let's creep up ever so slightly. There we go. And I think we get into it. Yeah. She yammers on. The voice lines are a little long and arduous. Argenta, open fire. Let's go. Come on. Wow. I have no words. She was so inaccurate with her bolter that it didn't even trigger combat. Alright, let's go ahead and reload because we can. And let's try another burst. Can we? No. Oh, yes, we can. Okay. Let's roll up a little bit further. We can just do so much damage if we get some good hits in, knocking them back and knocking them down and stuff like that, right? So, really want to land this. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Closer that time. Still no cigar, though. Let's reload once more. This is the most hilarious start to a battle that I've yet seen. Creep up a little bit further. A little bit more. That's about as far as I'm willing to go. Come on. This one's got to hit, right? At least one shot. Let's go. Out comes the bolter. Alright. I think I'm done. I think I'm done experimenting with Argenta. I just wanted one hit. I wanted to knock him down before things started, but no such luck. One last time. Then we'll reload and switch to somebody else if this doesn't work, because this is way too comedic. There we go. Oh, no. More Monkey. Look, brethren. They seemingly can't wait to die. What's taking so long with the engine? The Monkey are already here. This is a little troubling. Do not rush me, or we will perish alongside them. That's extremely troubling, actually. This Cavalite rolling up. Gonna pop a shot. Gonna miss. Good stuff. In comes this guy over here. Popping shots too. Looks like it. Over at Argenta. No. Well, maybe. That wasn't... That was... Okay, that was fine. That wasn't great. That wasn't terrible. We landed a shot. I don't know if all the other rounds fired as well. I'm not sure what happened there, but I might have preferred a different approach. Hey, it is what it is. And what it is too late to cry over spilt milk. Let's go ahead and pop Machine Spirit Communication. We should be able to hit everybody with this, so let's go for it. Good stuff. Then we can creep up to here, I suppose. Who goes next? This Cavalite, then this Cavalite, Argenta, Cassia, Cavalite Sapper, Specialist. Okay, so this guy doesn't go for a while. Argenta's up pretty soon, eh? Alright, fine. So, let's try this with Pascal. Can I get the AoE up over here? I can. I can cause a fair bit of damage. So let's try that. Go ahead and open fire here. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was nothing. It was actually pretty bad. And let's actually mark a target. Anyone I can see. I guess I can see you. Sure. Let's go ahead and mark you. And that's Pascal's turn done. These guys are hopefully going to come a little bit closer, and Argenta can burst fire and hit a few of them. Pascal's in a bit of trouble, but I think he'll be okay. Didn't even get hit that time. And in comes this Cavalite. Not close enough. Alright, Argenta. What to do with you? Burst fire up over here. 41 and 21. That sounds pretty good. I could focus down here, eliminate this guy instead, but maybe Cassia does that. Yeah, maybe Cassia does that. Alright. Let's open fire up here. It's a juicy opportunity. Wouldn't want to give it up. Well, hang on a second. I forget. Or rather, I forgot. Shot on the run. So it'll allow me to get a little bit closer too, right? And I should be able to hit these guys from down here still. Get you over to here in cover. Yeah, I like the green lines. It just means we're more likely to land hits, right? So let's get you down to here. Get the single shot over here. 61% chance to hit. That's pretty solid. Good stuff. And now let's burst up over here. 84 and 3. I mean, not as good a spread between them, but more likely to hit at least one of them, right? So, sure, I'll take it. Fire away. Good stuff. Excellent stuff. Can't complain. We do have Battle Fury here. But do we have... Yes, we have 2 stacks of right tool for the job, out of a maximum of 4. So if I were to use Battle Fury right now, we would have gained extra penetration until the end of the turn. I don't need it right now, but it's good to note that this exists, and I have to. It's an active skill, right? All right, we're all done here. Let's use War Him. Last 2 action points. Might as well pump up our momentum. End the turn there. And Cassia, you're up next. What to do with you? Let's get you up to here. I knew Argenta was just a little too far away. Can't use Bring It Down on her, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's burst down over here, I think. 32% chance to hit. I think that's fine. I'm wondering as well about Voice of Command can give Argenta Bring It Down, right? So that's 3 action points. 4 action points. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 available, but this guy's going to move next. A single shot is probably not going to finish him off. Very low chance to hit. He has only 9 HP. Lidless Stare is... Ooh, I can make it. Bit of friendly fire, but I don't think I mind that. We'll have 3 action points left, which means no stratagem. All right, you know what? Here, let's do this instead. Overwhelming stratagem on Argenta, because I do believe she needs it. We can ignore Bring It Down for the time being. The Rogue Trader can do it instead. So we'll leave that be, because both of them can't do Voice of Command. And let's go with a Burst Fire over here. 32% chance to hit. Is that a risk I'm willing to take? 4 rounds? That's not very good. I think I prefer the Lidless Stare. So sure, let's go with that. What happened there? We good? The pan was unexpected, but we killed this guy. Did a bit of friendly fire, but it's not the end of the world. Bring It Down just outside of Pascal's reach. What if we hit the Rogue Trader or somebody? Is there anybody else who can see the enemy? Heinrich's got a combat shotgun. That's not good enough. Abelard, I don't think that's worth it. I don't think that's worth it. So let's go ahead and pop Grand Strategist. We might as well give Argenta the extra rounds, right? And we'll call our turn there. Or actually, let's get move on Abelard, on Heinrich's. Let's get Heinrich's a little bit closer, so when his turn comes up, he has less, distance to close. And in fact, I could pop Daring Breach, apparently, to get him even further and perhaps attacking. I wonder if that's not a bad idea. Or if that's not a good idea. You know what? Let's try it. Why not experiment? Let's try it. Does that give us access to everything? Looks like it does. Alright, so if I roll up to here, can I charge this guy despite him being on the steps? Looks like a yes. Let's go for it. And then from there, he'll get knocked back. I should be able to hit this guy and this guy. So let's finish him off. Good stuff. Turn around with a combat shotgun over here. Should be able to finish this guy off. Let's open fire. Oh, come on, man. Are you for real right now? How did that not hit? The shotgun scatter's been weird for a little while now. I don't love it. But let's pop Endure over here. That's his turn done. At least we got one kill in. I'll take it. I will gladly take it. The clipping is also getting really annoying when when the mouse gets trapped on scenery as opposed to the grid. I'm not loving that. Either way, Heinrichs, your turn is done. Cassia, your turn is also done. These guys are going to take some time, right? Oh, and now it's actually Heinrichs' turn. Do I go with the shotgun? Or, you know what, maybe we should just charge in. Like, I should get the hit. There's no reason for me to miss, but why would I risk it? Why would I risk it? Let's go ahead and charge in. I can't charge, so let's march up and then hit him. And again, the collision boxes are causing some trouble here. My apologies. Not much I can do about that. Take a swing. Hopefully finish him off. Good stuff. Good Righteous Fury there. 27 damage, my goodness. Still able to move. Let's roll on up this way, I guess, so we can come up here and start causing these guys some trouble. That sounds good to me. And I can also pop Assail. Maybe not. I get you up to there and assail this guy. I don't know if I could actually hit him. Looks like a no. Game let it happen, though. Alright, that's fine. Creep up to here. Might take some damage. For some reason, this isn't acting as cover. But we can end the turn there for Heinrichs. And the Rogue Trader now can come up to where? Here. We can shoot from here. Argenta can burst fire as well. So, Argenta. Unavailable. Unavailable, why? What? She's within reach for sure. I don't see why that would not be an option. But okay, let's bring you up to here. Move first and then check it out. Yeah, not available. No idea why, but you know what? That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and go for the extra damage output up over here. 30% chance to hit. That's not amazing. That's nowhere near amazing. Alright, fine. Let's go with this then. Pop that shot. Let's go. Touch of damage, not that much. I guess we can use Bring It Down on, well, nobody now. I have Voice of Command. Who can I pop that on? I guess I could try it with Argenta. What if I... Nope, still nothing. Bit of a waste, but I wanted to know what was going on, and unfortunately, I still don't have an answer. We might be in trouble if we can't get Argenta to fire multiple times in a round. That's been working very nicely for us for the last little while. Is it something up here? Not seeing anything. No clue. Alright, it is what it is. That's the Rogue Trader's turn done. Blade Master. They're gonna have to close the gap. It's Blade Master, same thing. Heinrichs will be perfectly fine. Quit your chanting. Quit your yammering. You're here to die and nothing else. Abelard, let's move you up to here. We can use the Melta Ultima to finish this guy off. Some Blade Master. Couldn't even close the gap. I shouldn't speak so soon. Because it's very possible... Okay, no, we're fine. I was going to say it's very possible that Abelard misses, but no, we're good. Pop Endure over here. Again, I can actually use our Onslaught. They get a little bit closer, but I don't think it's necessary. They'll come to us. Let's end our turn there. Let's see what these guys get up to. Cavalite Heavy. Oh. Didn't notice them earlier. It's a fair bit of damage, too. All right. In comes this guy, walking down the ladder. Strange people, the Xenos. Okay, that was weird. He moved in and then pulled back, drawing out the attack of opportunity there. I'll take it, but that was weird. Also, I realized Argenta's turn was just skipped, and I wonder if is she like stunned or something? I don't know what happened there. I have no clue. It's fine. No use worrying about it now. If you've spotted the issue, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I personally have no idea why she's not able to do anything. I'm trying to figure out if Cassia comes up to here. How do we want to play this? I could get Pascal moving up. Sure. Get him up to there and maybe pop a shot from there. Let's try it. Pascal, oh, he can only get so far up, and he can't really hit anybody from there either. Alright, well, it is what it is. I've committed to it now. And your turn there. Let's go ahead and use Bring It Down on Pascal. Maybe he can get something with the AoE attack. Oh, we're so close. That's unfortunate. So very close. Just out of range. Oh, this guy. This guy we can hit. Maybe I go with the... Nope, can't do that. So, AoE it's going to be. Come on. Come on. Surely I can see something here. Why you got to be like this game? Single shot? Nothing. I got nothing. Yeah, he's in a terrible spot, Pascal. Could have maybe hit that guy, but he's just too far out. Alright, it is what it is. And I guess what it is a waste of Cassia's turn. That's fine. I don't like that this guy's working every turn. I feel like I have a time limit, but I can't see it anywhere. Heinrichs, we gotta finish this guy off, but I want to make sure I can get this guy hit as well. Let's switch to our... Well, hang on. If I pull back to here, I'll be able to charge. If I charge, I'll end up there. If I end up here, can I hit this guy with my pistol? Looks like I can't. What about my combat shotgun? Looks like a no. The level difference is too much. Alright, well, in that case, let's go in, take a swing. It says I won't be able to keep moving. What if I come back here, take a charge? Won't be able to keep moving. Alright, fine. Let's finish him off. Bit of a waste, but it's okay. Can I assail? Can I do anything up here? Is the height difference really that much? Man, come on. And the turn there. Rogue Trader. Can we use... Yes, now Argenta can, in fact, bring it down. But, gonna move the Rogue Trader up there. Where is... Move, move, move. I want to get Argenta a little bit further up. Get Argenta moving as far up and out as we can go, because we should be able to, yeah, see up here from this angle. So that's good. We're not going to use Military Excellence because you can only see one target, so it would be a waste. And Argenta's turn there. Rogue Trader is going to pop Overwhelming Stratagem. I don't think Grand Strategist will be free for us here because it wasn't available last turn, so it's not like we didn't use it. We technically didn't use it, but that's not what the game means. But we can now use Bring It Down on Argenta. We might as well use Grand Strategist, because what else are we going to do with one leftover action point, right? So Bring It Down, Argenta, and hopefully get the job done here. 26% chance to hit. Not amazing, but let's go for it. Come on. I just need one. Okay, maybe two. I was hoping for a little bit better than that. Argenta's done. Rogue Trader is done. These guys are going to come a little bit closer. Yeah, good stuff. You as well. Oh, why you got to go that way, man? The heavy is a bit of a concern too, but Abelard's closing the gap right now. Coming up this way. Melt to Ultima up over here. Should be able to hit both of them. Let's go. Get the job done. Good stuff on one of them. The other guy dodged, I think. Yeah, damn. That's too bad. Pop Endure. And I almost wonder if I want... You know what? Let's use Onslaught. because then I should be able to get up to here and then charge and hopefully hurt the heavy pretty bad. Let's go for it. Is he really gonna dodge? Damn. All right, that's okay. And Abelard's turn. What's he gonna do? He's actually gonna dodge the attack of opportunity too. Wow. Genuinely unexpected, that one. Genuinely unexpected. Okay. Pascal's gonna roll up this way. Close enough? Nah. Oh, yes, we are close enough. Sure, go for it. Might as well. Fire away. Come on. Come on. Good stuff. Got the hit in. I'll take it. And I guess we can mark him as a target as well, if the opportunity presents itself to actually use that. And Pascal's turn. Argenta, you're up. Let's maybe creep you up to here. And then we can not burst fire. Why can we not burst fire? Is it 8 rounds? I guess it must be 8 rounds. We'll have to reload. Might as well. Let's go ahead and reload. Move up to there. Get the reload done. We'll use shot on the run to shoot? No, there's no reason to. Let's just get a regular shot in. Finish this guy off, hopefully. Soften him up at least. Come on, Argenta. Now of all times. I guess I could use military excellence to finish these guys off. So sure. Let's go for it. Might as well. Might as well. Pop a shot here. Come on, give me that. Give me that righteous fury. Good stuff. Didn't finish him off though. One more. Come on. Come on. You're so close. 50% chance to hit though. 51. We're literally just as likely to miss as we are to hit. And boy, are we seeing that in action. Come on. There we go. That took way too many shots. We only have a few left for this guy. I should have saved the burst for the guy down there, but hey, it is what it is. How badly did we miss that? Didn't even see the bolt come up here. Argenta, are you even shooting? I'm not hearing a shot.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Man, sometimes the game gets a little broken, and it's exceedingly frustrating.
Faith without deeds.
Why? She's not even shooting. She's not even shooting. What if I come up to like here or something? I got line of sight from there, but no access to the stratagem. Sure, let's come up to there. Let's try a burst fire from up there, I guess. Can I reach? I can. 29% chance. I'll take it, sure. And of course, friendly fire. But got the righteous fury up there and knocked that guy down. All right, good stuff. That was weird. That was a very weird turn. Especially since I was able to shoot, but also not weird. It is what it is. Cassia, let's roll you up this way. And let's use move, move, move on the rogue trader. I try to avoid using orders on the rogue trader. Feels a little funny to do, but hey, I think desperate times, desperate measures and all that. Cassia, what else? Bring it down. No one can bring anything down right now. Let's move you a bit closer. And end your turn. This guy's still working away. Again, I don't know if we're actually on a time limit or what, but we're fine. Creep you up to here. How far is this guy? Not very. Okay. Guess there's not much else I can do. Let's get you up to there. I've got an onslaught I can pop, but how much of a rush do I find myself in? Right? I could charge just to get a little bit closer. And I can't shoot from here, or can I? Ah, he's just too far away. Can I assail? Nah, too far away. Alright, let's get Telekine Dome. Keep ourselves protected in case that guy decides to turn around and open fire. And let's end our turn here. The rogue trader's going to roll up to here. I wonder if I could get Heinrichs to move. He's probably just a little too far away. I could use Voice of Command, maybe. Alright, Voice of Command on Heinrichs. Let's get move, move, move on Heinrichs. And then I might actually be able to get bring it down on him as well, right? So Heinrichs, you're done. Bring it down. S on Heinrichs. Inferno Pistol will be able to hit. What about the combat shotgun? Too far away? Just ever so slightly. That's okay, though. That's okay. Inferno Pistol, it shall be. Open fire. Literally. Yes, there we go. I was worried that he was going to not hit. Alright, we're good. End your turn. And the rogue trader's turn as well. And we shoot from down here? We cannot. Alright, end your turn. Abelard, Let's bring you as close as possible. The Melta Ultima might not have the range here. It's tempting to pop Onslaught, but I really don't think it's necessary. We might be able to charge a little bit closer and then use the Melta Ultima. Just using charge attacks to close the gap, really. That's fine. It's a matter of style. Flip to the Melta, and yes, good stuff. Open fire, let's go. Good hit. What have we got here? What have we got here? Everyone's reconvening, it looks like, with a slow camera rotation for the cutscene. Ooh, hello. Survived crew member. He was just hiding there? Really? As you approach, a man in dirty coveralls exhales a breath of relief. Lord Captain, you're here. What luck. While talking, his gaze wanders, constantly darting back to the bodies of the Drukhari. Ooh, point at the patch on the man's shoulder. You're not from the local crew. Explain yourself. Hang on a second. Is this the saboteur? Is this a trick? You're not from the local crew. Explain yourself. The man winces and belatedly seizes his own shoulder, as if trying to hide his mark of betrayal. Under your stare, the survivor loses the last of his composure. His voice breaks, and his eyes dilate in terror. Lord Captain, mercy, I was coerced. They forced me to do this. They needed someone from the inside to show them a direct way to the reactors. The man's gaze fixes on the dead bodies on the floor. Beads of sweat form on his forehead, while his skin attains a deathly pallor. I need more. They promised. For the sin of imperiling the safety of this bay where the Omnissiah bestows upon us the holy motive force, I hereby declare you a 5th grade blasphemer. It is henceforth forbidden for your wretched flesh to be touched by these sacred instruments, gifts from the machine god. Perish in darkness, heretic, unworthy of servitude, imperipituous? Unworthy of, like, serving forever? My Latin's not up to scruff. That's my best guess. Pascala is upset, rightfully so. Now, who made a promise? How did you contact the Drukhari? Why the reactor bay and not a different compartment? I mean, I feel like the reactor bay is probably the most volatile, right? I'll parade your skinned corpse on the main deck as a warning to other traitors. I mean, yes, we're going to be doing that, but information first. Who made a promise? How did you contact the Drukhari? There was a man. He came from the surface with a shuttle crew several times from one of the worlds we were orbiting. Gave me some strange thing to try, and then he brought some more. And then came the nightmares, and then... The man chokes on his own words. His eyes dart as if he noticed something behind your back. I would have done anything to make the madness stop. All he wanted was for me to help his friends. I didn't know he was in league with those fiends. He's drug-addled. Maybe Obscura? Not sure. With eyes wide open, looking into the void seen only to him, the man pulls air in through the clenched teeth. I overheard when they were talking to each other. Xenos, they wanted to stall your ship, not to let you arrive in time somewhere. I don't know. Losing the last of his strength, the man slumps to the ground. His gaze, filled with terrible revelation, is locked on the Drukhari's remains. They don't have what I was promised, do they? The traitor's body begins to convulse as his words turn into gasping screams. Leave the traitor to his demise. Let him suffer before death. You leave the man writhing on the floor and step aside. I will not show him mercy. I refuse. Survived crew member. Can I still speak to him? I can. Oh, it's the same conversation. Ah, come on. Weird loop. Point at the patch. Continue. 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 Who made a promise? I'm not gonna redo this conversation and glean additional information. That seems a little unfair, you know? Leave him to his demise. Alright. Let's, in fact, leave him to his demise then. There is something to examine here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Xenos check. Well, lore Xenos check, I mean. See what's up. Go, Pascal. Failed. The structure of the xenomechanism is beyond your understanding. Can we defuse it? Because that seems essential. Argenta? Oh. That looks like it caused damage. That looks like it caused a lot of damage, actually. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. We got a splinter cannon over here. 6 to 10 damage. Penetration of 4. Rate of fire of 10. Holy, goddamn. Range of 10, max ammo of 200. This is a nice piece of kit. Kind of unfortunate that we got to pack it as cargo, because it is Xenotech. But, again, in a future playthrough, I will most certainly be rocking that baby. Oh my god. I think we're good to leave. Take a look at our journal here. Do we return to Dargonus? I guess so, yeah. The rendezvous point set out by the Xenos turned out to be a trap. The rogue trader must return to Dargonus immediately to regroup and clarify the situation. Damn, alright, so nothing to be gleaned over here, eh? Ooh, actually, hang on a second, what's this? Even from behind the meters-thick wall of the reactor, you can hear the breath of the mighty plasma beast that sets the void ship in motion. Cool, just flavor text. I like it, I like it. Didn't mean to imply I didn't when I said that. But I realize it might have come across that way. I love the flavor text, it's cool to me. The world building and stuff, I love it. Judging by the bodies of the Xenos, the void ship's crew fought the raiders with some amount of success. Well, the loyal ones at least. Goddamn traitors in our midst. Alright, let's move. As we leave, we'll collect all these goods. And it's funny to me that we're ready to level up again already. My goodness. We almost stacked 3 levels before I leveled up. What do we have here? A Dark Lance. 15 to 21 damage. My goodness. 6 penetration. Rate of fire of 1. Range of 16. Ignores 10% of target's dodge. Like, that is a good weapon. These are some cool weapons. Then we've got the Splinter Pistol. We're familiar with that by now. Splinter Rifle. Familiar with that too. And the Venom Blade. But, man, there were 2 extremely cool weapons on this map here. Pack it all as cargo. Good to see the options we'll have in a future run. But I can't wait for that future run on the final build of the game. I'm curious how, like, dense it's going to be. My goodness. Game's been saved. I guess we're good to head back to the Coronis Expanse map. And head over to Dargonus, I guess. Might be a engagement out and about. Now, what's up with the mysterious object? Anything else to be gleaned here? Ooh. Colony. No, not actually. Can't do anything here. But what is this? Oh, this is actually us double checking. Lookout. Bridge. The object is dead ahead. Bridge. Copy that. Report relayed to officer on duty and pilots. Voxmaster on the line. A man of the pilots, senior officers, and the Lord Captain to this channel. Your Lordship, the Xeno artifact is directly ahead. What are your orders? Well, are there any changes in the construct? Requesting auger relay data. Awaiting response. Negative, Lord Captain. No changes detected within the construct. What are your orders? Do my officers have anything to say? Van Calox, that is the same thing as before, I believe. Yes. Enough mysteries, we're changing course and moving out. I assume we can't shoot it and destroy it, right? I believe we experimented with that already. We've seen all the planets here, so back now to warp travel, and let's make our way over to Dargonus. Let's try and put a bow on this, right? I suppose we could go towards Litoribum Maledicta to return to Pellium Solitas. We haven't seen Litoribum Maledicta yet, so it'd be nice to check it out. But what is this now? I have an urgent message from Dargonus, Lord Captain. Our astropaths are receiving numerous transmissions. But no, these aren't ordinary messages. Each and every one is a plea for help. Dargonus is reporting a massive Xenos raid, and every mental image transmitted is wreathed in flame. Master Zachary is struggling to determine when exactly the invasion began, but all signs point to it happening shortly after your departure to this Chineris Maleficum. Any delay condemns the world to even greater suffering. Your people are begging for your immediate aid. We have very little time to dally, but we'll check out Litoribum Maledicta we can't use our scan over here, so let's go ahead and visit the system. Let's check it out really quickly, see if there are any Xenos threats over here. Doesn't seem to be, but my goodness, this is gorgeous with the lighting. We'll check these worlds out, and then we'll make our way over to Dargonis. Let's go ahead and repair our hull as well, just to make sure we don't get caught out of position. Begin a scan here, and actually I need to check, did our hull HP go up? Or was I looking at the wrong number briefly? Provisions. You know what, yeah, let's go for it. Let's get some more provisions. We've got 9 mobile extractium. Let's start using some of them, right? Yeah, 405. It was 300 and something previously, wasn't it? But I think because we've leveled up, the ship's health has gone up too. I thought the ship leveled up separately from the characters. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty confident the ship levels up separately. Nonetheless, we do have more HP now, so targeting the Eldari fleet seems a bit more viable at this point in time. But first, Dargonis, but before that, this system here. A small planet gently wrapped in amber forests greets you with a ruby-colored dawn. Basil von dem Klerk, the local governor, gives the rogue trader a warm welcome. After several glasses of Damascene, the sweltering ruler asks if rogue trader von Valancius would like to keep him company during the upcoming hunt. Yes, why not? I accept the offer. Stressed as I am about the situation back at home. Something to take the edge off. After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. Basil von dem Klerk points at the sky. A flat disk rises over the horizon, constantly changing its color and shape. The forest grows silent and empty. You can no longer hear the singing or birds or even the rustle of wind. I think it means the singing of birds, right? I've noticed there are a few more linguistic errors this episode. And I wonder if there's still some, translation issues or something. But it's come up a few times where I've had to figure out what the text is saying this episode in particular. Hasn't been like that too much for the rest of the series. Anyway, the governor nods with satisfaction, and a few shapes step into the clearing. Their bodies are twisted by an unknown phenomena, and you watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty cackling of their brethren, turning the scaly hands covered in bony growths and pulsating flesh toward the unnatural thing in the sky. These are mutants. My dear governor, what is going on? The governor smiles coyly. You're about to see what is going on with your own eyes. I will not suffer the mutant. Eliminate them. Having armed themselves with flamers and chain swords, your party cleared out several acres of nearby forest. The scouts report destroying several villages inhabited by heretical entities. Basil von dem Klerk excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of distortion. It is he who is the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle, his chariot shines its light upon the world and bestows transformation upon his most ardent followers. The rogue trader may become one of his heralds. Excuse me. This is a very curious plot thread that I can't wait to tug on. But this governor is horrifically heretical. Execute him on the spot. The governor's head separates from the neck with a distinctive squelch. Black and brown blood seeps into the soil beneath his corpulent body and is immediately transformed into a boil of worms that burrow deep into the ground with unnatural speed. You return to the ship pondering what to do with the world and, more importantly, what to do with the king of distortion. Let's chart a course to the king of distortion. This king needs to be slain, I think. The senior officers observe suspicious activity emanating from the twisted celestial body at the heart of the system. The chaplain advises to get ready for a potential encounter with the spawn of the archenemy, but it may be wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics, sacred wards, or blessed effigies of the Emperor. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Is it this? I don't remember that from before. Or is it the planet itself? Oh, the sun itself. Let's check this thing out. Oh, that's nothing. All right, look, we need to investigate this. We need to investigate this, but Dargonis is in trouble. But we're here now. Okay, let's check this out. Aflame with a plethora of colors, a distorted celestial disk twitches slightly behind the endless row of windows on the captain's bridge, the rogue trader's ship approaching its center. An otherworldly voice, cold, enveloping, enters your mind. What could this puny wretch possibly offer a king? The officers on the bridge look around, perplexed. Their eyes are full of terror and confusion. Many clutch their heads and let out long howls of pain. Some are emptying their stomachs, but most, pale and exhausted though they are, have joined the Lord Captain in resisting against the entity's influence. Who am I speaking to? An endless flow of images fills your consciousness. You see horrifying scenes of millions of tortured souls. Their screams rend your mind. Their pain pierces you with 1,000 red-hot needles. A king, a ruler, the obeyed one. That's all you can make sense of, although you see a lot more. Do I want to become a herald? No. Not this rogue trader. I will command the entity to release the minds of the Amber Worlders from its grip. The king's mocking laughter is ringing in your eyes, and a deep red trickle runs slowly down from your nose and over your lips, leaving an aftertaste of salt and metal. We could leave it alone. If we had some kind of cargo, I assume relics perhaps, we could order a ship-wide 1,000-voice prayer service over holy relics in the name of protecting the Amber World, the Imperium, and our own souls. But alas, we sold those relics, and it's kind of cool to see that they would have actually come in handy. That's kind of neat. Without that option, though, we're going to attack the entity with every cannon on board. How dare you bother the king with trifles? The entity is furious, and you feel a gust of invisible wind blow 1,000 blades right through your ship. Officers are collapsing at your feet, choking, and hundreds of casualties are being reported from every deck. A resonant silence descends on the ship, and a bright flash stuns you, for what could be any length of time. If time even exists anymore. When in doubt, save. What just happened? What just happened? Did we just pass out? Is that all that happened there? Visit the system. I want to see if the entity is still there. It's gone. Alright, let's repair our hull ever so slightly. We took a little bit of damage. Back to this continental world. I just want to see if something else is going on here now that the entity is gone. This is a curious event chain. What do you have? The golden forest of Amberworld looks enchanting even from orbit. Demand tribute, leave the world alone, or cleanse the world of heresy. Okay, I don't know if this is related to the entity, but... or the entity being taken care of first, but yes, let's cleanse the world of heresy. We do not suffer the heretic. Crimson flame devours the golden woods, and black smoke covers the sky as far as the eye can see. Amberworld dies at your feet, but regret has no place where the arch-enemy encroaches on the holy lands of the Imperium of Man. It's unfortunate. Executioner of Amberworld. Another Imperial world marked by the arch-enemy's corruption has perished in the darkness of the... Those go too quickly. Take a look at our journal here. Did I complete that? Xenos on the Rampage, Calamity, Outpost. Okay, Heavenly Chariot. The governor of Amberworld has spoken of a heavenly chariot of a certain king of distortion, a local god who deforms the bodies of the people. It seems this chariot is some kind of anomaly manifesting in the system, so we've already started this, but how do we conclude it? And then we had Outpost in need of help, treasure in the ocean, nope. Caches, Calamities. What was this one even? Oh, there we go. Executioner of Amberworld. Rumors about the Von Valancius dynasty. Another Imperial world marked by the arch-enemy's corruption has perished in the darkness of the universe. Amberworld's execution at the hands of the rogue trader Von Valancius was an act of mercy and salvation. Glory to the Imperium. That's a good rumor to have out there. I'm yet to see these rumors cause us any issues. I mean, like, if we look at the caches, that's obviously stuff we can investigate, right? So arguably those are issues. Space Marines in the Coronis. I mean, we've seen... Well, We haven't found the Space Marine companion. I don't know if they're available in the demo. I imagine they're an Act 3 companion, potentially. But we know they exist. But we don't, like, we can't really engage with this rumor directly. You know what I mean? Like, I like some of them. I like the ones that give you a lead, but some of them are just kind of meaningless, I guess. They have no actual impact. So I'm kind of curious about what the plan is for those as far as the final build of the game. Because again, don't forget, this is an alpha, right? So that's entirely reasonable. Let's go from Litoribum Maledicta down to Pilium Solitas and then to Mundus Valancius. We got to check out Dargonus, right? That's our next primary objective. And what is this? Emergency aboard the Void ship. A foul warp entity has pierced the thin veil of the Geller field and spawned unimaginable beasts of unnatural hues. The Vox systems are picking up crewmen's screams and the warp fiend's loathsome giggling. The situation demands immediate intervention. The crew will receive military gear and a chance to prove their worth by dispatching the Lord Captain's enemies. We have pressing matters at hand. The victory over the Rogue Trader's enemies came at a high price. Still, the decks have been cleansed of warp spawn, albeit it took the blood of hundreds of Voidsmen to wash away any evidence of their presence. Very well. A necessary sacrifice. We do not need to visit the system. To Mundus Valancius we go. Travel away, and a trickle of disturbing news came from the navigation chambers over the last few days. Allegedly, there is a vast shadow following the Void ship through the depths of the Sea of Souls. Mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified leviathan had emerged from the roiling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship, and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg. We will trust in the navigator's talent. The ship's navigator engaged the warp monster in invisible combat by giving orders from her chamber. By following the Astronomicon's guiding light and struggling against the mighty alien will, seeking to break her at the same time, the guide managed to pry the Void vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp and execute an emergency transition to real space, with minimal losses among the crew and new insights into the nature of warp entities. Gained 80 experience, don't mind if I do. And that should be it. Here we are at Mundus Valancius, where we can move towards Dargonus, that currently seems to be under siege from Dark Eldar ships. Well, folks, this is most certainly going to be an interesting start to the next episode, because this is where we're calling it a session. Yes, a bit of a cliffhanger, I apologize, but it's a juicy one. How could I not? This is going to be an interesting set of missions. Very much looking forward to dealing with this threat, and I'm kind of curious if this is the last major story beat in the alpha. Kind of feels like it, right? Everything else seems to be wrapped. This kind of feels like the last kind of major beat. I don't know for sure, but that's how it feels. Either way, folks, we'll find out soon enough. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference in letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and I'm sure you guys know the drill by now. Apart from that, of course, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.